Look at this, a modern personal website built to showcase your brand, your story, and your work. It's clean, cinematic, and intentional. From the opening frame to the final scroll, every section feels crafted with motion, depth, and smooth visuals that make your site feel premium without looking like a template. And today, I will show you how to build a modern personal website the right way. A clean, cinematic site with subtle parallax, smooth transitions, and interactive moments that feel handcrafted, all powered by Google's free AI tools. And yes, we'll cover everything, including how to set up your domain and how to export your website code so you can host it anywhere. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to build a personal website that looks modern, feels alive, and instantly sets you apart, using tools anyone can access today. Alright, so your personal website is not just a page, right? It's your first impression. The design, motion, and overall feel instantly communicate your professionalism, creativity, and personal brand. But building a modern polished website used to be difficult. You needed design skills, coding experience, and hours of trial and error just to make it look clean and intentional. And now things have changed. With Google's free AI tools like Gemini, Whisk, Nano, Flow, and Firebase Studio, creating a standout personal website is dramatically easier. And these tools can help you generate visuals, create animations, design layouts, and build interactive sections with far less effort and no deep technical skills required. What used to take a full design and development team can now be created in hours, clean and modern, ready to impress. And Google's free AI ecosystem turns personal website building from a complicated process into a fast, accessible, repeatable workflow that helps your personal brand shine. Alright, so before we break down the demo, here's the simple workflow behind how Google's free AI tools help you design and build modern personal websites. From clean static pages to cinematic parallax to full micro interaction sites. So first of all, Nano plus Google Whisk. So we're going to establish your visual style and website assets. So Nano and Google Whisk can work together to turn your personal brand into a full visual identity, like creating your first and last frames, and defining the style and generating all the matching website assets you need so your entire site feels cohesive from the very beginning. So second, Google Flow. We're going to use View 3.1, and we're going to add animation and motion with it. So Google Flow, powered by View 3.1, takes your first and last frames and generates all the motion in between, like creating smooth transitions, parallax-ready movement, and modern micro animations that bring your website to life and make your personal website feel truly premium. And third, Firebase Studio. We are going to build the actual website with it. So Firebase Studio is where everything comes together, like your visuals, animations, and layout are all assembled into a real website, complete with scroll behavior, parallax effects, interactive sections, and deployment as well, all without needing complex coding. And now the workflow is clear. Here's how we are going to put it into action. We're building one complete personal website using this visual and motion pipeline to show how powerful and flexible the system is. And by the end of this video, you have a repeatable method for creating modern personal websites that look premium, feel alive, and instantly help you stand out online. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start with the first build. And so here's our first step. We're creating the opening and closing frames and the two images that define the feel of our entire website. So let's start by opening Google Whisk. We are going to generate the first and end frames here, and which we'll animate later, okay? And next, let's open our prompt document and grab the starting frame Nano prompt. And this prompt is actually designed to give us that polished, modern aesthetic right from the first image, okay? And if you want to have a copy of this prompt in this video, they are all available in our free community. Links in our description as well. Great, so we are going to paste the prompt into the box and hit enter. And after a few seconds, our first frame appears, and I'm checking for the visual basics like the spacing, lighting, color balance, And if something feels off, no problem at all actually. We can just run the prompt again, and once you are satisfied with the output, we can just download this, okay? Now that the first frame is done, we can do the exact same thing for the last frame. And these two images act like bookends, like they define the opening moment and the final impression. And having both gives us a clear visual arc to design around. All right, and that's it. We now have the first and last frames that set the tone for our entire aesthetic website. Clean, intentional, and ready to animate. All right, so we are going to move on to the next step. And we are going to take those still frames, like the static frames, and turn them into smooth animation. And this is where we start shaping the layout in motion. All right, let's begin by opening Google Flow. And this is where we'll transform our two static frames into a clean, fluid animation, like something that instantly makes the site feel more polished. So in the prompt box, I'm going to switch from text to video to frames to video. And then we are going to upload the starting and ending frames we created earlier in Google Whisk. And now let's open the prompt document and grab the Flow prompt. And this tells Flow how to animate between our frames while preserving that clean and modern look. All right, we can just paste it into the prompt box and hit enter. And then Google Flow will take a few moments to generate the animation. And once it's done, we can refill the motion, like look for smooth transitions, balanced spacing, and that premium minimal feeling that we set earlier. Okay, when everything looks right, we can just download the animation. That's it. And now we have a polished animation that brings our visual direction to life. And the layout is starting to move, breathe, and feel real. Okay, now that we have already turned those frames into a clean, fluid animation, it's time to convert them into something interactive for the website we're building. So in this step, we are going to convert that animation into a WebP sequence. Like that way we can actually add a scroll animation while keeping it lightweight for the browser. All right, it's very important. And first, I'm opening a site called Ezgif. We do not need any special tools here. This site is simple and perfect for what we need. Next, we are going to select video to WebP and then upload the animation we created earlier in Google Flow. And here, I'll just set the resolution to original so our visuals can stay sharp. And then we can pick the closest native FPS shown. And this can help to keep the motion smooth and balanced. And finally, we can set the quality to 85 to keep everything clean without making the file too heavy. All right. And once everything is set, we can click the convert button. And after it processes, you'll see the WebP version. The quality may drop a little bit, and that's normal, that's okay. You can upscale it using any tool you like, but for now, we'll keep that so we can focus on the practical steps first. Okay, and now we can click split to break this WebP into individual frames. And once the split finishes, we can just download the file containing every frame of the animation. And that's it. Now we have a full frame-by-frame sequence, like ready to drop in our design. And this is the first version of our layout starting to take shape with real and controllable motion. Okay, so let's now upload this WebP sequence into a database that our website can access. And we're going to use Supabase for this one. And let's start by opening Supabase. This is where our site will pull the WebP frames from. And we can keep everything organized and easy to access in Supabase. Great. So if you do not have an account yet, we can just go ahead and create one. It's very easy. Once you are in, we can create a new project and fill out the project form. And now that project is ready, we can go to the left dashboard and click Storage. From here, let's create a new bucket. You can think of a bucket like a clean folder where all our visual assets stay together and all organized there. Okay, we can give the bucket an easy to recognize name. We can set it to public. And finally, we can upload the WebP sequence we generated earlier. And that's it. Now we have our full WebP sequence stored and ready for the build. Okay, now that we have everything we need to set up, It's time to build the website and put everything together. Okay, so in this step, we're actually building the website, and this is where everything comes together, like the layout, the animation, and the design. And first, we can open Firebase Studio, and then we can open the prompt document again and copy the website prompt. And this prompt actually sets the tone for the entire layout, like the spacing, structure, and the modern aesthetic we want. All right, we can just paste it right into the prompt box. And now let's head back to our Supabase bucket and copy the URL of the first WebP frame from the sequence we uploaded earlier. And we can paste that link into this placeholder inside the prompt. And this pulls our visual direction straight into the build and helps the layout feel consistent with everything we have created so far. And finally, we can just hit enter. Like the Firebase Studio analyzes the prompt, and when it's ready, we can just click prototype this. And this generates the first version of our layout automatically. Alright, so after a bit of setup time, we can now preview the website. And for a first pass, it's already sorted, which has a clean layout, and it nails down the design parameters we have set up in the prompt. Great. And now this is where we polish it. We can just run a few prompts to refine the layout, like tightening the spacing, improving balance, and making sure the whole thing feels good to go. And now we're done. We have a polished personal website, like minimalistic, modern, and visually consistent with the direction we set from the beginning. Okay, so we have the first complete version of our layout fully built now. And the visuals, the structure, the motion is all starting to come together. Alright, so this is basically the workflow we implement in creating this website from scratch. And now without coding manually, it just differs slightly on certain parts. And this workflow is intuitive enough that by following this, you will easily be able to build different things. Okay? And we have now seen how they look, and say we want to export the code base and bring our project to a different environment. That's very easy as well. This is how you can do it. So first, let's open the Firebase project and then click the switch to code editor. From here, you can simply mark or select all the files and then right click them, and finally select zip and download. And there you have it. Your project is now exported and ready to be developed or deployed somewhere else. And once all of that is done, you have to wait for around 24 hours for your website to completely propagate throughout the web in your custom domain. That's it, your website is now fully connected to your custom domain. Alright, you have just seen how simple it is to create a personal website using Google's free AI tools. What used to take weeks of design, coding, and trial and error can now be built in hours with a clear, repeatable workflow. And once you understand the flow, like visual direction, motion, and final build, you can create personal websites that look modern, feel alive, and actually help you stand out. If you want to go deeper and learn how to build professional websites and full web apps with AI, feel free to check out the links in our description. It's where our creators, builders, and founders learn together through real projects breakdowns and hands-on AI websites builds. And if you found this helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And more AI website and personal branding tutorials are on the way. I'll see you on our next one.